Great morning! Great morning! Great morning! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Great morning! I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Great morning, let's go. Marching up to the beat I drum. Great morning, Milo. Great morning, Queenie. Yes, let's go. Great morning, it's Friday. Hey, say it with me. Y'all know what to say. Let's go. Hey, hey. Let's go. Great morning. Get up. Wake up. Yes. I won't let them. Hey, let's go. Great morning. Hey. I am brave. I am bruised. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Let's go. Great morning. Hey. This is me. Hey. Oh. Hey, when the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Great morning. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning. I am super excited to be able to talk about what we're about to get ready to talk about this morning. Thank you to everybody who has decided to tune in to hear, to listen, and to learn. Usually on Fridays, we will be doing Cash App Fridays, which means that we will be being wild, crazy, having fun, and I'll be donating some money to somebody or some products. But this morning, if you saw yesterday's show, you saw that something transpired and something happened into which I wanted us to be able to talk about this topic. And for some of y'all who don't know, the topic that we're going to discuss today is we all had COVID. Now, when I say we, I'm not talking about anybody that have COVID. I'm talking to the people that are in the back that have had COVID and have been afraid to speak on it. I'm talking about the people who have had COVID and made it through. I'm talking about the persons that will get on today's show and share their testimonies that they had with COVID. Now, if you took it personal, that I put on my page, we all had COVID. You must have had COVID too, and you just don't want to admit it. What I don't understand is, I don't understand when we know that there is something going on, right? And let me tell you something, it don't start getting real until somebody you know gets it, right? But then I saw a whole nother wave come in to where so many people got it all at one time. And I got my book here because I wanted to share the dates, because I jotted down everything, how it all went down for me. And then I'm going to accept some lives for some other people. Me, I know my body. I know how my body moves. I know how my body aches. I know everything. Like, I probably will get sick one time out of the whole year. And that'll probably be with a little cold or something, to where now I'm coughing and I'm in the bed. So this particular time, like around November 25th, I started feeling something that was a little different with me. And the first thing I started feeling was a little nausea. Then I started feeling very tired. I was very, very tired. All I wanted to do was lay down in the bed. So I ended up going out with my friend Brandon. And we went out. And this was that day that I got on the show, and I told y'all, I said I fell asleep in my car. And I went to get a hotel room. And when I went to get the hotel room, after me and Brandon had departed from dinner, it was already super cold in Miami. Like, this was the first night that it had become like super, super cold. And I immediately fell asleep in my car for maybe like about 20, 30 minutes. And I got up and I went and got checked into my room, because I was actually, the reason why I fell asleep in my car was because I was waiting for them to get my room ready. And they were doing something of this nature and that nature or whatever. So it took a little while. So then afterwards, I got into my room. When I got into my room, I was very, very cold, like shivering cold. All I wanted to do was lay up under the covers, not knowing that I had a fever. I just thought that I was cold, but not knowing I had a fever. Then I started calling some people and telling them, what was going on with me. Said I wasn't feeling too good. We were making jokes about it. We were talking about, oh, you could have COVID, blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. It hadn't even went to all of the other symptoms yet. We were just joking. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lakita. And the joke started to become real, because the next day when I woke up, I was super tired. It's like I didn't want to get up out of the bed again. So I immediately drove home. And then when I got at home, I laid down in the bed, and I knew that something was going on, and this was different, because I was so tired. I was so sleepy. I was so cold. I tried to order to get food. It was like something was going on with me that wouldn't allow me to eat. I ordered food. My mind was saying I was hungry, but my body wouldn't allow me to eat the food. I ended up pushing the food away. I didn't have an appetite. I would be up, get up and do the show, because I knew in the back of my mind I couldn't let my people down throughout everything that I was going through. I said, I can't let them down. I cannot just not do the show. I don't care how fucking sick I am. I gotta get up and I gotta do the show. I remember doing the show, and when I was done, I said, what the hell was I talking about? So now COVID had done started playing mind games with me. Then I started to feel dehydrated. I felt very, very, very dehydrated. And then boom, here come this cough. This cough came from out of nowhere. This was probably like, okay, so this all trans from Friday the 27th to like now. The cough comes on the 29th. Now I'm coughing. I'm coughing, no cold up, I'm just coughing. Then I'm still, I'm taking my products now. Not that I had ever stopped. I was taking my NutriBurst and I was drinking the hell out of that sea moss. I believe I had drunk like a whole box of sea moss. Stormy was calling me. She was like, "Are you taking this? Are you taking that?" Yes, I was taking all of my products. After I started coughing, then I got to that point to where now I started feeling better. I started feeling a little bit better. I stayed away from my dad the whole time. My dad never caught COVID. I stayed in the room and I just stayed in the bed. But before then, like on the 27th, I went and I got tested for COVID. When I went and got tested for it, they said you were positive. Now, let me tell you what I have learned with a lot of people who have went and gone and got tested. A lot of people have had symptoms of COVID, but they say negative. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes it's not being detected. So now you're walking around with COVID and don't even know it because you got a different strand of it or a different version of it, because a lot of people have lost their taste. A lot of people have lost, they lose their smell. And in that process, it's all somewhere in between, because all of us are not. So then now I started feeling better. After I was taking my products, I started feeling better. I started not being so sleepy. My appetite came back. When the appetite came back, I mean, I never will forget this as long as I live. I was coughing so hard every time I laid down that just made me feel like I was about to die. Then I got up in the middle of the night, and oh yeah, I had these night sweats. I'm talking about I had took Mucinex too, and it was like my whole bed was full of water. And I remember after I had drank some ginger tea and some of our detox tea, I had just drunk because I knew that you had to get it out of you. Whatever it was, you had to get it out of you. So now at this time, I was sleeping and I ended up waking up in the middle of my sleep and I could feel my lungs opening back up. I felt my lungs open back up. And when they opened back up, every time I would breathe in like this, by the time it was time for me to blow out the air, it felt like I was about to die. I was coughing so hard. I would hate to even be on the phone with people and I would be talking to them, and then now I got to go into this big old nasty little cough. But my thing of it was that I was never afraid to tell somebody that I had COVID. The thing that is really driving me crazy is that there's a lot of you who have had COVID that won't share your story. You won't even share the products that you've been using in the midst of this stuff to help other people because you're afraid that people are going to look at you some certain kind of way. You're afraid, and it just put me in a whole different mindset. This is probably what the people with AIDS are going through, to where that now they're so afraid to talk about it that they kill themselves silently. What about all of the people that have all of these different kind of diseases to where that they don't even feel comfortable because y'all make them feel fucking bad? Y'all walking around and I told you, one of my friends made me feel so bad about it to where after I confessed to him that I had COVID, he came out later, maybe like about 10 minutes within that phone call and say, my mama had got it too. And my little sister had got it. And it was like, what is going on with people? Why are y'all making people feel bad about something that we don't even have no control over? Why are y'all making so many people feel so low to now that they don't even really want to go to the doctor to get tested? So why not speak on it? Why not help somebody else? Why not help somebody? So I know that with me doing this live was going to break some barriers, because I know people was going to be like, damn, maybe I should go get tested because them the same symptoms I'm walking around with. Damn, maybe I need to ask him where he got those products from. Damn, I don't need to be private about it. Maybe I need to talk about it to somebody. So in the midst of all of that, good morning, Ebony, I want to hear some of y'all stories, some of y'all testimonies, something of what have happened to you all. A lot of y'all hit my DMs and said that y'all wanted to talk about this topic, about you having COVID, how it made you feel. What was your process? When I knew that I was negative is when I started feeling so much better. I started feeling so much better. I probably had COVID probably like for a total of maybe 6 days. 6 days. And see, the thing of it is that in that before period, I didn't realize that I probably had COVID in the beginning when I had got it. I realized I had COVID maybe like on the 25th or between the 25th and the 26th. So between those days, I probably had been going through my 14-day period previously before then. But when I realized it, started taking my products, it was gone maybe in like 5 days after I watched other people. I watched other people go through the merry-go-rounds for a longer period of time. And the people that I have seen that have had COVID, they didn't die. They didn't get sick from any underlying thing that they had going on. So it just made me feel funny. It was like, damn, is the news lying or what? Like what is really going on? We don't know. So now I'm gonna take some lives from some of those people that hit me up and that wanted to tell their story about them having COVID. So let's go to Miss Angela, to you. Y'all just listen. Let's just see what people have to say. Good morning. You look amazing.
Thank you. Sorry, you guys. I'm actually sick right now. I have a little cold now.
Okay. So tell me what's going on.
Listen, my whole family actually caught COVID. We caught it 2019, like around November.
Okay.
It was even all over the media.
Before it was over the media? Y'all caught it before it was over the media? Okay.
Yeah, we caught it before. My daughter was on a breathing machine for like 2 weeks. They kept saying that we had a respiratory infection.
That's what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like an upper respiratory infection to where it feels like you can't breathe. It almost feels like you might have pneumonia, walking pneumonia, or something of that nature. Go ahead, finish talking.
Okay, so what's ironic is that I actually caught pneumonia and the flu together before.
Wow.
So I caught pneumonia 3 times in 1 year.
But was that a part of the COVID?
No. This was like prior to COVID.
Okay.
But when I caught COVID, it was like no other feeling I felt before. And like I said, I had pneumonia before. I could barely get out of bed. It was so bad. It felt like my throat was closing, like I could barely breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my husband called it, he could barely get out of bed. He could barely walk. Like he could barely talk. It was bad. But I just want to share what we did. Like me and my husband did. So my daughter was different by her being on the breathing machine, and she's a toddler. It took her longer to fight it. But for us, we took some immune system tea. We mixed it with CBD, the CBD tea. Mm-hmm. We also lemon in there, cough drops, and honey. And that's what actually like fought the COVID out of our body. I coughed up mucus for 3 weeks.
I didn't cough up any.
I coughed up like big globs of mucus for 3 weeks.
I didn't cough up any. See, everybody is affected different. Everybody has been affected different. Like, I heard that some people couldn't walk, that they had pain in their legs real bad. I didn't get that. Wow.
So I just think that I think COVID, we really needed to go through something like this as a country, as a nation, so people can understand that you just don't take care of your body and take care of yourself. You know, when there's a pandemic, we need to actually start doing that
every day.
Make your product. Like, we really have to start taking care of ourselves because we are irreplaceable.
Right.
And people don't understand that. We are irreplaceable. We have to start taking care of ourselves.
So let me ask you a question. One of the questions that I want to ask is, did you tell other people that you had COVID?
So at the time, we didn't actually know. Like, so I didn't know that we had COVID. It wasn't really starting to be like on the mainstream, like on the media, until I think around like January or February. So we didn't actually know. But when it was starting to be broadcast, I looked at my husband. I said, "Oh yeah, we all had COVID." And they actually said it. They said if you had an upper respiratory infection between, I think it was September 2019 and December, they said you had COVID. And we did, but we actually had it. It was like no other. Like I said, I had pneumonia and the flu together, and I had never felt as bad as I had felt in November 2019.
Wow. Thank you for getting on and sharing with us. I appreciate you. Bye. Get off. Bye. Let me see who else is here to go live. Hold on. All right. So we have T Lifestyle. T Lifestyle, I'm waiting for you to connect live. What y'all laughing for? I missed something. Hold on, let me go back and see. Okay, T Lifestyle, you got to come back. Peaches. Miss Peaches, 7848. Great morning, Miss Peaches.
Great morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Especially after this past weekend, I'm doing amazing.
Oh my God, I'm doing so good. You got on your t-shirt. Let me see that t-shirt, girl. I can, I will, I must. I know that's right. So tell us your experience. What happened with you?
Okay, on June 30th, I started feeling kind of funky. Just not myself. I'm a talker, I get up and go type person. Just didn't feel well. So ironically, my sister had called me on June 30th, and she said, "Peaches, how do you feel?" Because we were all just together that Saturday previously. Me, my daughter, her, my niece, her good friend, kind of going through her closet, helping her get situated and straighten up. So she said, "Girl, I just don't feel good either. Have you been tested?" And I said, "Well, actually, I'm going to get tested tomorrow." And she said, "I'm going to get tested tomorrow too." Well, by that, around the 1st of July, man, my head was just pounding.
Yes.
Real dizzy. I couldn't see.
That was the nausea for me.
Right. I started having cold chills. I would get hot. I would get cold. My temp only went to like 99.1, but I knew it was COVID. I just knew it was. So I went in the room and I told my daughter, I said, "Let me just lay here just for a minute." And I couldn't get up. I mean, I literally could not get up at all. I couldn't take my clothes off. I stayed in the same clothes for 3 days.
Oh, wow. I did the same thing.
3 days.
I did the same thing.
I could not get, and I felt bad because I knew I was dirty, but I couldn't, I just couldn't do it.
Right.
I didn't have the nausea or the vomiting, thank goodness, or anything like that, but my body ached really, really bad. My children was making sure, of course, I had my products. My son went and got me some elderberry juice, They were throwing together. I don't even know what I was drinking, Rich, to be honest. I heard some tea. I heard some ginger ale. I heard some NutriBurst. I heard a little bit of everything going all into one.
Yes.
They would give me like a little bit of grapefruit, 2 strawberries, and 4 grapes. I couldn't even eat it. In about 4 days, like the 9th or 10th day, I lost my taste and my smell.
Wow.
Completely.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. What did that part feel like? See, I didn't get that.
Oh, it was scary. It was scary. It was numbing because, like, oh God, I have no taste or smell. I don't know. I didn't even know if I was breathing. Because I couldn't.
Damn.
I mean, I was congested, but I couldn't even feel. It's weird. I couldn't feel myself breathing through my nose. And it was just like bland. It was like nothing. It's weird. It was like nothing was there. Literally. Nothing. I mean, my kids had shrimp boiled in the house. I couldn't smell anything. And I'm allergic to seafood. I couldn't smell anything. It was like your mouth was clammy, kind of, your tongue was thick, and you couldn't taste anything. I mean, you just really couldn't. But I had that headache consistently for about 12 days. Now, on the other hand, my sister was sick. She went through that for 2.5 months over there.
Wow.
By herself.
Wow.
Yes, 2.5 months. No, we did not go to the hospital. All of us are pretty much in medical, and we didn't want to go that route. But I caught it. My sister caught it. My niece caught it, who lives with my dad. My dad caught it. My nephew caught it. My sister's son. Then my other nephew caught it. So it was sick. It just kind of went shroom.
So your whole generation caught it.
And we were living in the same house. Yeah. We didn't even live in the same household, which was funny. Now we had what we call a COVID Thanksgiving together.
I cannot.
Shoot, half of us had it. The other was had it. Y'all, if we don't get it, we just don't get it.
But let me ask you a question. Were y'all afraid to talk about it amongst one another?
No.
Why do you think people are afraid to admit that they had COVID or have it?
Put in the chat yesterday, embarrassed or scared that other people aren't going to want to be around them, that sort of thing. Because a good friend of mine, I only have one friend in Colombia. I'm very selective of who I call my friend. She did.
Hey, Kelly.
It was like she thought someone was going to come through the phone. Let me let you go get some rest. Okay. I don't need no rest. I said, what's going on, bro? She said, I just need to let you get some rest. I mean, it was like,
right, Pooch. I agree with what you said.
She didn't want to.
Hey, China.
I mean, it was just crazy. She didn't want to have any part, anything. And that, and I'll be honest with you, that's one of the ones I had to cut loose in this business. The only one I had to cut her loose quick. She was starting, it's just a long story, but needless to say, my daddy's 88. And I felt bad because I knew that I had given it to him. And my family members kept saying, no, pictures, too many of us have it. Erica works at Bilo. She could have brought it in. We're not pointing fingers. Let's just see what's going on. And my dad, I just saw him just kind of going from eating all the time, cussing, drinking beer, playing with his gun to just nothing. Couldn't get out of the bed or anything.
Wow.
But he still had kind of good sense because he told all those people, I ain't going.
Right.
And then, yes, you are.
And
no, I ain't nothing wrong with me. So.
I think, this is what I think.
I'm sorry, you went out.
This is what I think COVID did to me. And maybe you could tell me if this is what it did to you. I think COVID sucks out all of your nutrients in your body. They suck out all of the nutrients that are inside of your body. That's why they tell you to make sure that you are, because the craziest thing was I was expecting something to happen after the hospital told me that I was positive with COVID. I thought they was going to say, come back in so we could do some treatment. They say, no, we just need you to stay well rested and we need for you to stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking like, I'm looking at the phone like, That's it?
Exactly.
That's all you gonna tell me is to stay hydrated? So, but I started noticing that that's what COVID was doing. It was sucking out all your nutrients. So therefore now that's where you get the cough from, because your body dry on the inside. Then you don't have your vitamins. All of your vitamins are gone. So I packed up on my NutriBurst. You understand what I'm saying? I stayed on that NutriBurst.
Yeah.
I stayed drinking a lot of water. Then I realized, I said, well, if it's something inside of me, it got to come out. So I need to make sure that I drink my tea. I need to make sure that I detox all of the bad, that whatever is inside, so therefore it can move out. Miss Peaches, you still there? Okay, there you go, because it was like you was messing up.
Yeah.
So then
I'm sitting here.
I remember one time I was walking around in the mall. And when I was walking in the mall, I was just feeling like I didn't know where I was walking to. I was so dry. My head was pounding. Like I got, this was a different kind of headache. This headache was like, it was like pressure headache. It felt like a lot of pressure, like I can't even explain it. It just felt like a pressure headache. It wasn't no headache you regularly have. It felt like pressure, like your brain was pumping up and about to explode. But yeah. Well, I'm glad for you, Miss Peaches, that you could even get on and announce it, that you had COVID, and that, you know, other people can hear your story. Like, and you just took a lot of stuff to keep your body nourished, right? You kept it to. Okay, because I heard you say you took the NutriBurst and everything else too.
Yes.
Good.
My children made sure I had it.
Good. And listen, we ain't making no medical claims about nothing. We just telling you what we used in the midst of all of this stuff. Yeah, because yeah. But I thank you for getting on this morning. I appreciate you. Now get off. Bye. Get off. Bye. Let's see who else is here to share their COVID testimony. Hold on, they're gonna miss VQ. All right, I see you, Boss Bostic. I see you, Multi. Everybody is coming on this morning. Everybody coming on this morning. Yeah, I'm tired of people acting like this. Hey, Miss VQ, you look beautiful.
Thank you, Reggie.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
So go ahead and share your story, Miss VQ.
I had it in March after I had my surgery, when I had the tumor removed from my left breast. And
wow.
I had a fever of over 102.
Mm-hmm.
My head felt like it was going to bust.
Yeah.
I have underlying issues. I'm asthmatic and I suffer from high blood pressure.
Wow.
So the feeling that I felt, I honestly thought that I was going to die. Because like Miss Peaches just said, I could not even get up off the couch. I would tell my kids, if I fall asleep, just let me sleep for a certain amount of time, but come and wake me up, please. Because that's how bad I felt. I couldn't even walk up and down the stairs. I couldn't even go to the bathroom. Like literally I had to have a bucket and go to the bathroom. That's how bad it was. And I think it was more that I was scared. I was really scared because now you're hearing people are not making it. People with underlying issues are not making it. If you have heart problems, get to the doctor and it's like, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back, you know, but I'm grateful. I am, because when I did get energy, when I tell you guys I started doubling up on my products, I started doubling up. I was detoxing maybe 4 or 5 times a day. I kid you not. I was taking my NutriBurst, but it was a scary feeling. And I say this to everyone. Go get tested.
Yeah.
Go and get tested. It's very important that you go get tested.
And see, that's the thing. That's what and let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all this. This is what I learned about COVID. People are staying away from people that they distance themselves with already, but they're then coming in contact with their close friends, and those are the ones that are passing COVID off to them.
Right.
So it's not like you're getting COVID from the people at work or you're getting COVID from this. Miss Spades, shut up. Everybody got retested. Miss Spades there talking about, I need to know if you got retested. Relax.
Relax, Miss Spades.
That lady says she got it in June. Miss Spades is crazy. So yeah, no, I know I love her a lot.
My parents live with me. Both of them are in their late 70s. So my parents went and got tested, negative.
Right.
My daughter, negative.
Right.
My grandson, negative. It started messing with me. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? How is it that I'm in the house with all of these people and I'm the only one that tested positive?
Right.
But come to find out, they said that my body had become compromised.
Right.
After the surgery. So it makes sense. But it's important to go get tested. And yes, we partied like rock stars over the weekend, guys, and a lot of people didn't have masks on.
Right.
A lot of people didn't have masks on, so you should still go get tested.
Right.
And it wasn't us that partied with you that gave it to you.
Right. Miss Spades, listen. My dad has a pacemaker. My dad has a lot of underlying issues, and my dad did not get COVID, period, at all. So this is what we're talking about. We're trying to figure out, how is this stuff even transpired? How is it really passing off to other people? Why are other people afraid to even speak about it? You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yes.
It's so bad when they find out that you have it or you had it.
Right.
It's like you're now this big germ. That's how they look at you, like you're this walking germ.
Right.
And they want nothing to do with you. You know?
Right.
It sucks. It sucks, but you know, at the end of the day, everyone has had it.
Misha, I agree with you. Misha says she don't know. She don't think people really know how this thing is being spread, and I don't either. Yeah. It's a lot of it's not really making sense to me, because the only person that I was around previously from that time, you know, was my friends. Yeah, I was only around my friends. So it's not like I was around strangers or anything like that. I was just around my friends. But Ms. VQ, thank you for getting on. I appreciate your story, your testimony. You know, you're welcome anytime to come on. Thank you. Bye-bye. Get off. Bye. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next person. Let's go to Miss PSA, and then we're going to go over to Drink Hot Stuff. Good morning, Miss PSA. How you doing?
Hey, Reggie. I am a whole lot better. I feel better. I'm glad you're doing better.
Yes, I'm doing good. So, Miss PSA, you caught COVID?
I did. Actually, don't know how, because I didn't go nowhere. But my kids got sick last week right before it was time for me to get ready to come out to Miami.
Your kids go to school?
No, all of my kids, I have
wow.
them at home. But they only had a fever, and the doctor said that it was just a bug. So that was on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, I started feeling bad. I told my friend I wasn't feeling good. I started a fever. And I just thought, I caught whatever they had. Well, when I finished packing on Thursday to fly out Thursday night, I couldn't move. Thursday night, I was not feeling good at all. So I said, okay, I'll get up Friday and try to make myself go get tested. Well, they tested me positive, but I don't go nowhere. I did start a simple little job, and I'm thinking maybe that's where it came from. I don't know, but it felt like the flu to me, Reggie, honestly. So all I did was detox, use my chaga, use my NutriVerse. I hadn't got any sea moss in, and I just continued to detox. And I did a onion, lemon, and orange steam, where you boil it and put your head over it.
I heard about that.
I don't take medicine, so that's all I did. Honestly, I was tired. I was real tired, but I just isolated myself from my children because I didn't know much about it. But I feel fine this morning. I have a little cough, as you can hear. I have a little congestion, but I feel fine. I don't even think they know how this is happening. I think they're just testing everybody positive that comes in with the symptoms. They don't know. I honestly don't think they know.
No, she did not come to the event. Y'all need to start paying attention and listening. This lady said that she stayed home.
And that's why I did not come to the event, because I started a fever. I very well broke the fever. So could have made it, but I wasn't going to do that. But they don't know, Reggie. They don't know. Doctors are just going by what they think they know. I just tell everybody, as you said, share the info, share the product.
Right.
And that's what I did. My product has me feeling better. I made sure my kids wasn't around me, so if it was something that was really contagious, they wouldn't catch it. But I'm up and I'm moving now, so that's all that matters.
I'm glad that you decided to come on and share your testimony. I hope that you feel better.
I feel a lot better.
And thank you. Thank you for respecting everybody at the event.
Absolutely.
And not coming to make everybody else sick. Thank you so much for getting on. Get off. Bye. Bye, Miss PSA. Love you, love you, love you. Let's go to the next person that has or has had COVID. Let's go back to T Lifestyle. She's been waiting for a while. T Lifestyle, go ahead and connect live with me to share your story. T Lifestyle, good morning. How you doing, beautiful? You look amazing. I'm good. You at work?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. I love it. I love it. Thank you for tuning in at work.
So I wanted to just share my story because right before Thanksgiving, I was tested and they said I had COVID. And I think the misconception is what the young lady before me said. I think that, the doctors are not really familiar with what's going on, because mine showed up as a flu. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't have any cough, mucus, none of that. I had a fever. But the way it hit me, I was at work because we take temperatures as people come to the building. And I told the boss, I don't feel right. He said, well, let's take your temperature. I didn't have a temperature, but I felt dizzy. I felt confused.
Yes.
For me to comprehend a lot of things.
Yes. Yes.
So it was crazy. So anywho, by Tuesday night, I had a fever of 102.9. So I immediately got on my products. I got on my Chaga, my NutriBurst, my Detox T. I think it's whatever it is, I'm gonna get it out.
Right.
It has to go, because my mother has COPD, and if she catches the illness, it's a wrap.
Yeah, my father got that too.
So I survived and I made it. I went and got tested. I would say by that Friday, I was starting to feel better. And so I got tested with my employee health. We have a employee health office here. We can get tested or whatever we need right then can be done. And it came back positive. So it took so long getting my results. They took me 5 days because my concern was, am I going to be able to go to this event? Because I felt like the event in Miami was going to help me grow.
Right.
Where I will be working. Anywho, I had retested anyway before my results. So I tested that Monday. My results should have been back to me Wednesday. But I went and retested and it came negative. So I feel like I really only had it for maybe 5 days. Because I drank my hot fluids. I did my pulmonary exercises. When you raise your arms and because you're expanding your lungs when your arms go up. So I was going to do that, and I'm just grateful because I didn't want my mom getting sick, or my daughter, or my fiance.
Wow.
So my fiance was supposed to leave my side, and he came up negative. He tested twice and came up negative both times.
Throughout your whole time that you had it.
Yeah.
He never caught it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for getting on. I appreciate you so much for sharing your story, your side. But you know, I got to tell you, get off. Bye. Oh my God. Listen, to everybody, and it's just so fucking crazy to the people that's doing it. Listen, that's why we are doing this whole live right here. I understand a lot of y'all may not understand, but I understood. That's why I had everybody to sign the waiver. That's why I had everybody to be tested at the event. That's why I'm even telling y'all. I'm here living with my dad who has COPD, has a pacemaker, dementia, everything going on, and he did not catch it. So I want to know about the people that have it that ain't saying nothing. I want to know about the people. And see, this is another thing where nobody has been able to explain. Once you have it again, once you have it, they're not saying that you could get it twice. So is there anybody that has had COVID twice? Is the question. My baby is having symptoms now. Wow. Go live with us and tell us what kind of symptoms your baby is having. Multi-millionaire. Go live. Community awareness. This is awesome. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you. Yeah, nobody want to put nobody in no harm or no danger. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. How you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm glad that you just asked the question about having it twice.
Okay.
Because believe my family and I had it twice. So the first time was in November of 2019.
Okay.
My husband and I don't really remember, Reggie, at the time who caught it first, but it's myself, my husband, and we have 3 daughters.
What were your symptoms the first time?
The first time, our 3 daughters were just sick with a cold, but my husband and I were like deathly sick. We had the pounding head. We stayed in the bed for about, it happened that we got it right the week of Thanksgiving 2019. So we were not even able to cook our children Thanksgiving dinner. The day of Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, we were so down bad. We had 102 fever. We had the pounding head. We could not get out of bed for nothing. We had no taste. We had no desire to eat things. We just kept drinking. We taking like over-the-counter medicine because at the time COVID had not been worldwide announced. So we just did everything we would normally do, like with a flu.
Were you taking your products? Were you taking your products?
I was not on any TLC products. I didn't know anything about TLC. It was the grace of God.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about TLC at the time. And I got so sick, I had to go to the hospital because I just literally could not do anything for my children.
Okay.
Again, this is nothing but the grace of God because my 71-year-old mother had to drive me to the hospital. I was so weak. I was so sick. I was shaking so bad. I could not drive. My husband was in bed. He had been sleeping for hours and hours on end. He had no strength, no energy to get up out of the bed and
because it sucks out all the energy. That's what we spoke on. And then
it was horrible.
Let me ask you a question. Did your grandma get sick?
Did my mom get sick? My mother did not get sick.
Okay.
My mother did not get sick at all. And at the time, again, we didn't know anything about COVID. It was really critical. And again, I know it was nobody but God's grace because my stepfather, who just passed away, he was sick. He was battling cancer. He was at the time a 4-time cancer survivor. So if my mother had gotten sick, she would have passed it on to him because it was him and her.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Maybe.
Because my mother, maybe.
Right.
But at the time, we didn't know anything about it. And, you know, when you're sick, you think you got the flu or something.
Right.
You automatically assume you're around other people who are going to pass it. So then fast forward. to February of 2020. Before, again, this is before COVID is announced. I have 3 daughters. They were running, 2 of them were in middle school track. One was actually.
So let me stop you real quick. Let me stop you real quick. So I had a conversation with somebody really quick, and I want y'all to hear me on this. For the people that's saying the mask and all of this stuff, somebody said if you could smell a fart in a mask, you can inhale COVID in a mask. So this is why we're having this conversation, is because we trying to figure out why are people hiding it, that they have COVID. What if a person had on a mask and had COVID? What if a person knew that they had COVID and kept it private? Nobody is going to get sick from my event. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. So stop speaking that shit over my fucking event. Nobody is going to be fucking sick. Nobody ain't sick. My event was prayed over. I prayed on it. Get the fuck off of here with that dumbass shit. Negative asses. Anyway, go ahead.
And just for clarifying, I was not at the event. So anyway, now mind you, I told you in November, my children was having, it was like a cold. My husband and I were sick. So fast forward to February, before it ever announced, my children are running track. One day my girls come home and my 2 who are actually in middle school running track are sick and they are running fevers. My baby, my middle child has a heart valve condition where her heart valve is super narrow. So when the blood pumps through there, it actually beats really badly. And she has to be checked yearly and be cleared by a physician. She has to go to Texas Children's Hospital to be cleared to even participate in any type of sports. She was the sickest child of all of my 3 children. She was running 102 fever. She was super weak. She was still running through track. Again, we thinking it's just the cold. I'm giving her cold medicine. As long as she was running a fever, I did not send my child to school. When she got over the fever and she had not had medicine in her system for 24 hours, I allowed her to go back to school. But even when she went back to school, this is my strong child. She lifts weights, Rich. So maybe at 12 years old, lift weights like a grown woman, a grown man. She worked out like we worked out. And my baby was so sick, she could not breathe. She could not smell. She could not taste. She was weak all the time. She was super congested. And again, we don't know anything about COVID. I'm just thinking she just got a really bad cold. It took my baby 2 weeks to get over the part that had her down really bad. Even after the 2 weeks where she was able to go back to school and go back to functioning, she still had this lingering in her chest. This is not my child. She never had this, where it was like she couldn't breathe really well. Her lungs weren't opening really well, to where I had to start using. Normally, I have to use the asthma machine, the whole hookup with the mask on my oldest daughter. She has the worst asthma of all of my 3 children. But my middle baby was having to get the breathing treatments at night, get the breathing treatments in the morning before I would send her to school.
Right.
I would wrap her up, put her in like 2 or 3 jackets. I had a scarf. My child was like, "Mama, I'm gonna die because it's, I'm a overheat." But trying to keep her warm. Again, we don't know nothing about masks. We don't know nothing about Nutriverse. I don't know nothing about TLC. This was just the grace of God. So I simply wanted to come on and say, again, like everybody's saying, we don't know how it got started. We don't know when it got started. I have a long lost family member. I call her a long lost family member, but I have an elder within my family that passed away. And they said she passed away from COVID. This was before her family member attested to it. When COVID came out, they started saying, this is what Penny passed away from. They started putting it on Facebook. This was before anybody ever said the word COVID or coronavirus. So I just feel like, get tested. My family and I have not been tested for COVID. But I have not been anywhere. I don't go around anybody. I go to the grocery store. I use 2 masks. Sometimes I use 3. I use one with the ventilators on it, I use a regular old mask, and then I use the blue medical mask. I wear gloves when I go to the grocery store because I'm going to be handling the basket sometimes. It's a family of 5. My husband, when he comes in, he have to take off his clothes. They go in the basket, which sits by the door. But you got to go. The girls, I send them outside. He jump out of his clothes. He go to the shower. We try to do everything we can, but even in that, some people, I've heard people take better precautions than that.
Right.
Wipe off all the canned goods, wipe off everything that come in their house, every box, and they still get. So we know we have great products, use the products, talk about the products, stay prayed up, and be precautious and think about other people and get tested before you're around other people.
Right.
Bye, Reggie, before you kick me out.
Bye. Get off. Bye. Get off. Love you. Bye-bye. Man.
I am not a stranger to the dark.
Great rising.
Great morning. You got 1 minute to talk.
Okay.
1 minute.
I was an essential worker at a grocery store. I kept telling the people they shoot us with the little thing, and my temperature was normal, so they let me work. So I told the lady I wasn't feeling good. I got hot. I kept getting hot as these people coming through my line. We had the shield so that we could block from people coughing and stuff, and the people that didn't have on a mask to protect us. And this one particular day, I kept getting hot flashes, and I kept drinking like my water. I had my NRG, I had NutriBurst, I had everything with me at work. And I was like, can I take a break and go in the freezer section to cool off? The man was like, no. I said, I feel hot. I really need to go sit down. She wouldn't let me go sit down. So I said, you know what? Tomorrow I'm not coming to work. I want to check on myself. So I called Chandra and I talked to Miss Angela, who was just on the first person. And I told them what was going on with me. So Angela was telling me, you need to detox. And I was like, wow.
What happened? Did you have COVID?
I think I had COVID. I never went and got tested.
You need to go get tested. You the main one up under the comments. You should have went and got tested. Get off. Bye. She the main one under the comments talking and ain't get tested. Let's go. Portia. Okay, you negative. Good. Great morning. You got 1 minute.
All right, Reggie. So I just want to say to you, I'm glad you are okay. I don't have COVID, but I do feel like I have the symptoms. I went back twice to go get tested.
Okay.
I do feel that pressure in my head.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about to explode.
Yeah.
I have not been feeling well, but they said I don't have COVID. But I still just feel like I'm not feeling well.
Go get tested. Go get tested. Bye. Get off. Go get tested. Yes. Miss Space, I'm finna call you. See y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow. No, Monday. Monday. Time for meditation. Let's go. Peace. Thank y'all for getting on this morning. No weapon formed against me, against you, shall prosper. Bye-bye.